What's going on, guys? It's PokePond back with another video for you. We've got so much to talk about today, so much going on in the sealed product market, particularly around Sword and Shield. There's discounts to be had here, there and everywhere, every single set. We're going to go through them all, point out all the best deals for you, and we track the market so that you don't have to. Make sure you subscribe down below to never miss an opportunity. Let's get into it. Okay, like we do every week, we're going to have a look at what's going on in the sealed market, particularly Sword and Shield, because there's a lot of bargains to be had this week with a lot of attention going on to Prismatic Evolutions and people looking forward to the new set Journey Together. And then also there's been an announcement of some of the cards of Team Rocket Returns, the Japanese new Team Rocket set that's going to be coming into English probably around about summertime. Before I dive into Evolving Skies, as we start off most episodes each week, I just want to let you guys know that I made a video a couple of days ago. I don't think YouTube really pushed it out to that many people because it was something a little bit different. I started talking about singles and slabs, so if that's something that you might be interested in, check out that video from a couple of days ago. I think that some of you will really enjoy that. But let's get back into the analysis and let's start off with Evolving Skies. So Evolving Skies, you can see, is kind of like flatlined on the graph this week, and that's a bit of a trend that we're seeing across the market for the last sort of 2 weeks since the Prismatic Evolutions launch. And we can actually take a lot of data from this and draw some conclusions. It's actually really positive to see a set sort of flatline and not reduce down in price after such like a massive run up in price. A huge gain in price is not sustainable or healthy for any product, even Evolving Skies, which is one of the best sets for the last decade. It's really positive when attention is taken away from it, that it doesn't reduce in price. Instead, it just sort of flatlines and consolidates. It means that the market is kind of happy and satisfied that demand meets supply, and everyone's sort of happy paying around this mark, sort of around about the $1,300 to $1,400 a booster box for Evolving Skies. I still think that it's a little bit undervalued. It's just that the demand and the attention has been taken away from it for a few weeks, and it will come back. Once the hype dies down a little bit from Prismatic Evolutions, you'll see the demand increase in Evolving Skies again, and I think you'll just see it start to really move up in price. The way things are going at the moment, I think almost definitely it's going to be $2,000 a box by the end of December 2025. But I'm thinking it's going to be quite a bit more than that. It could be knocking on the door of 3K, even 5K a box by the end of this year. I think we're going to see a massive growth in Sword and Shield sealed product over the next 12 months. And you know we're going to be tracking it every week here on the channel and letting you know so that you don't have to keep an eye on the charts. We will let you know. That's why you subscribe down below to never miss an opportunity. Let's have a look at these prices then. So last week it was averaging a price on TCG Player of $13.51, and then last sales, look at this, $12.54, $12.50, $12.60, and then someone goes $1,500. So within a few days, less than a week, look, you're not seeing that much sales volume. You're seeing quite a lot of people priced out of it, but also just attention taken away from it at the moment. So it's gone from $1,500 down to like $12.50. So a $250 price swing. Let's work that out actually. So it went $250 from, what was it, $1,500. So from $1,500. So you've seen a 16% price swing on Evolving Skies. This is what I'm talking about, guys. There's just bargains in the market over these next 2 weeks, and potentially for a couple of weeks more as well. We might see even more once Journey Together starts coming out as well. Attention's taken away from it from a little bit, but I really don't think it's going to slide or reduce down in price. It's just bargain central as people are dumping it to free up money to buy into the Sunbreons, to buy into paying scalper prices on cases of Prismatic Evolutions. They want the new hot thing. But I'm telling you, if you've got Evolving Skies right now, I would hold it. If you're thinking about investing into Evolving Skies but you haven't pulled the trigger yet, there's some bargains in the market. You can snipe some auctions. Let's have a look at eBay then. Look at this, last sales in the US. $1,250. That's a little bit cheaper than it has been recently. I reckon that's what I buy it now as well for $1,250 last sale, and that's from yesterday. So I do think that if there's an auction, maybe someone's trying to dump it, you might get a deal. You might get $1,100 or something like that. It's something to bear in mind. There's discounts across the market as people are dumping and scrambling to get into the hot new thing. I'm telling you guys, like, there's opportunity here. There's definitely opportunity, and I'm always going to point out plays to you. Even if they're $1,000 plays, like, I'm still going to let you know, because for some people, that's okay. Let's have a look in the UK then. UK last sale, £1,000 plus a little bit postage on top. Another £1,000. Buy it now. And then look, just from the same day, 1160. So there's a massive swing in price. We weren't getting that a couple of weeks ago. We weren't getting that swing in price. It's not that the prices have dropped. It's that it's swinging. Like, there's so much range in the prices. It's going anywhere from, like, in pounds, £1,200. I've seen quite a few sell for $1,200 over the last couple of weeks. To now, you know, you can buy it, or get a buy it now for £1,000. That's a 20% swing in just like 14 days. Kind of crazy. I wouldn't be too worried about it if you're holding it. I wouldn't be like, oh no, we got to dump it, everything's dropping. It's really not. It's just attention's being taken away, so more people are dumping than are buying in, and that makes opportunity to come in, maybe increase your position or get into this set if you haven't got into it before. If you're priced out of the Evolving Skies booster box, which I know a lot of you are, the Elite Trainer box, still an amazing play. $250 now. We've been screaming out to people for the last few weeks, well, last few months really, that the Elite Trainer box is undervalued, and you're seeing it push all-time highs now. $250 now. It's really starting to hit the pack to cost ratio that we've been talking about for the last few weeks. $250, 8 booster packs. It's now $31 a pack on the Elite Trainer box. That's last sold. It's not what someone's asking. That's yesterday. It's sold. That is the price now. So yeah, $31 a pack to cost ratio on the Elite Trainer box, which is basically what it is on the booster box right now as well. So $12.50 divided by 36. Yeah, look, 34. So it's actually a little bit cheaper pack to cost ratio to get the Elite Trainer box. So it's undervalued. Like, you have to put up what, a fifth of the money, and you get the same pack to cost ratio basically. Undervalued, I'm telling you. It's a good display piece as well. If you're priced out of it, do not sleep on the Elite Trainer boxes. They're a really good deal. I've got a couple in my collection. I actually don't have them on display behind me. The reason why is because the creme de la creme of my Elite Trainer box collection will not go on display. They are sealed away, airtight. They've got moisture control around them. They're not seeing the light of day. I'm not getting any sun fading on them, anything like that. This is sort of like the lower end of my collection, although we might have to move the Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer boxes into storage if they continue to pump like they are. But yeah, definitely good deals on the Evolving Skies Elite Trainer box if you're feeling priced out of the market on the booster box, particularly if you're in the UK. Look, 195. These were like 150 a few weeks ago. If you check back on my channel, I was saying at £150 they were underpriced. Now they've jumped up to like 200. That's a 25% increase in like less than a month. So now they're what? 195, 8 packs. Now they're £24 a pack to cost ratio on the Elite Trainer box here in the UK. Look at these. Look, 190, 195 for the nicer variant as well. So, I mean, decent. So what's that? £24. How much is it on the booster box? Booster box is £1,000 divided by 36. Look, it's 27 a pack on the booster box. Undervalued. Don't sleep on the Elite Trainer boxes, especially right when people are paying what, 70, 80 pounds, or you know, upwards of like $80, $90 for a Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer box for something that's going to continue to be printed. Evolving Skies is the best set, and it's out of print now. You're not going to get any more of it. It's agreed upon that it's the best set, and the Elite Trainer box just looks cheap compared to what people are paying for Prismatic Evolutions. It just looks really cheap to me. Let's have a look at Fusion Strike then. Let's move on. Again, we're seeing, look, cooling off period. Just a little bit of a cool off. Not really a reduction in price. But look at it. Compared to how much it's run up in price. Over the last 3 months, Fusion Strike is up 100%. It's doubled in value in the last 3 months. And like, I'm telling you, once people wake up and stop talking about Prismatic Evolutions, these will continue to climb. The PSA 10s are going up in price at the moment. The raw cards are going up in price at the moment. These are getting ripped every day. The supply of these are getting less and less every day. It's not like these ultra modern Scarlet and Violet sets where they're still getting printed. More supply is coming into the market. No, that's it. Supply is done. Fusion Strike is sold out worldwide. I do not think there will be any more of it. So every single day, more and more products get damaged. Sealed products get damaged all the time. Sealed products get opened all the time. Every single day, Fusion Strike is getting opened. Like, right this second, somewhere in the world, multiple people are putting a knife to the seal on a Fusion Strike Elite Trainer, on a Fusion Strike booster box. You need to realise that this is why Sword and Shield sealed product right now is only going to go in one direction. Okay, we're seeing a little bit of a consolidation in price. Okay, the demand's gone down a little bit because everyone's buying into Fusion Strike, buying into Prismatic Evolutions. But this is an opportunity to buy Fusion Strike. It's a little bit cheaper than it was the last couple of weeks. Look, it's 486. It peaked at around, what? Peak at 487. Let's look at last sales. 440, 450, 450. Little bit of a discount in price. You can get a $30 discount. What's that? About 8%? 8% discount over the last 2 weeks. Not too bad. Let's look at last sales. Look, 475 on eBay. 475, right, compared to a month ago, is a huge run up in price. I don't know why people are panicking. Yeah, all right, it's dropped $20, $30 in the last 2 weeks. But how much has it gone up in the last month? Do you know what I mean? This is healthy. Very healthy, and it's an opportunity to buy in. The breaks have just gone on for a little minute. I don't think they'll be on for long, and it just gives us an opportunity to buy and increase the bag. Okay, if you're priced out of buying the Fusion Strike booster box, there's plenty other opportunities. I'm telling you, and we're going to go through some of these other sets now. Let's have a look at last sold in the UK then. £320. Oh, that's the best offer accepted, actually. Let's ignore that. Okay, last sale. 2 for $6.49. So $3.25 each. Yeah, you had to buy 2, but £325 each. When the American one's knocking on $500. Just looks cheap to me, guys. And I'm always going to point out plays to you when things look cheap. I don't see it getting any cheaper than this. Lost Origin. Look, same thing on the chart. Just a little bit of a cool off. That's all it is. In the grand scheme of things, we're still like that on the chart. We're still completely vertical on the chart. Let's look at the 1 month chart. Look at that. Nice and healthy. Just like a nice upward run up and then stabilization. Like nothing to worry about at all. If anything, just an opportunity to buy in and buy more. Lost Origin's looking cheap to me. Especially when, right? Okay. So Fusion Strike, last sale, basically $500. Lost Origin, last sale, $350, $340. I'm sorry, but in what world is Fusion Strike $160 better of a set than Lost Origin? It's not. They're even. They are two brilliant sets. Lost Origin is super cheap right now, and I'll tell you why. Because look at what the Giratina's doing. The Giratina, the main chase card, in a PSA 10, last sale, and I talked about this in my last video a couple of days ago. This is what I'm enjoying, right? So every weekend, I'm going to keep doing these sealed videos. So I'm going to keep talking about what's going on, Sword and Shield sealed, and if Scarlet and Violet sealed is going mad as well, we'll start moving into that too. I'm going to show you the plays. But in the week, I'm going to start doing extra videos, and I'm going to start talking about singles, new sets, all this other madness that's going on. So we talked about the Giratina a couple of days ago in the last video. It's titled Best SIRs. Technically, it's not an SIR because Sword and Shield didn't have SIRs, they had alt arts instead, but it's basically the same thing. Look at it, look at this. Last sale, US eBay. Ignore the postage because it's trying to calculate it to sending it to the UK. But last sale, PSA 10, Giratina V alt art, $1,700. Okay, $1,700 for the PSA 10 Giratina. What's the price on the booster box? $340. It doesn't make sense. The booster box is so undervalued. The Giratina continues to climb up in price. Lost Origin is lagging behind Fusion Strike. It's going to catch up. Give it a few months. Lost Origin will pump. I'm very certain of that. Astro Radiance starting to move. What's really interesting about Astro Radiance is because it's like a bit behind, a bit like off of the starting blocks from like the Lost Origin of Fusion Strike. Now it's starting to see its appreciation phase. And in a time where everything's cooling off a little bit in the last week, Astro Radiance really isn't, because it's still undervalued. So the sets that haven't really cooled off that much this week still have so much more room to grow, and they're not really seeing as much of a price consolidation, which is really interesting. So last week $225, this week $250, $225, $200. It's all over the place. There's a big swing on it. So $50 swing, but a $50 swing on a set that's like a little bit cheaper at the moment is a much bigger percentage. So a $50 swing on a $200 set is what, a 25% swing? Bargains to be had. Don't sleep on Astro Radiance. Even at $250, I think it's massively undervalued. And I'm sorry, if Astro Radiance is selling for $250, why is Lost Origin at $350? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Lost Origin is so undervalued at the moment. Astro Radiance is definitely undervalued at the moment, and it's really starting to move now. It's getting out of print. The supply is drying up as well. There's a lot less of it around. Don't sleep on Astro Radiance. It's a good play if you've got less money as well. Let's have a look at last sales then. Last sales, $235. $235 is very reasonable for Astro Radiance. A nice minty box, out of print, Sword and Shield, very strong set. And if you can't afford that, the Elite Trainer box. I know there's a load of the Elite Trainer box around at the moment, but $40 is really not that bad for 8 packs. Think about this, 8 packs of a pretty strong Sword and Shield set. So 40 divided by 8, $5 a pack if you buy the Elite Trainer box. And you've only got to lay out $40. Really not a bad play. Not a bad play at all. In the UK, same story. It's so cheap right now. Look at this, 180. £180. Okay. People are paying like 160, 170 for Surgeon Sparks. Surgeon Sparks, right, hasn't even been out that long. It's going to be printed and printed and printed again. Okay. Astro Radiance has already hit that like sunset window. It's already out of print, and it's only £180. It's just madness to me. Madness to me that people are choosing to buy Surgeon Sparks for way over retail when you can pick up Astro Radiance for like 180. It's just crazy. Chilling Rain. We're getting discounts on Chilling Rain. When do you think I was ever going to say that? Like, it's just mad. Why is there discounts on Chilling Rain? Because people are always dumping, okay? There's always going to be people that bought in for cheaper that need to sell and are happy to take profit, and there's always going to be people that probably plan to hold it for a lot longer, but they need the money now, or they want to get into Prismatic Evolutions or Surging Sparks, so they want to free up capital. So there's always going to be people who are going to undercut and sell it for the lowest on eBay, okay? And when the demand's not there for a week, 2 weeks, a month, prices just drop down a little bit and you get deals, but it won't last. I'm telling you, it's going to shoot back up in price as soon as people start realising and getting on it. Look at the swings in price here. Last sales on Chilling Rain, 300, 270. So that's already a decent swing in price. Look at this, 377 just a couple of weeks ago. Look, on the 13th. So when was the 13th? The 13th was, let's see, So 13th was like just under 2 weeks ago. So just under 2 weeks ago, look, people were paying 370, 370, 380, 380. Now last sold, $300. $80 discount on Chilling Reign. What are people talking about? This is madness. Look, 80 divided by 380 times 100. 21% discount on Chilling Reign. What more of an opportunity do you need to get into a set that is just going vertical on the charts? Like, it's just madness to me. Let's have a look at last solds then. Look, last solds, 350 on eBay. So if you can pick one up on TCG Player for 300, do you know what I mean? Like, it's still 350 on eBay. Just saying. Pointing out plays. Crown Zenith. We don't talk about Crown Zenith enough on this channel. Crown Zenith is really starting to move now. Okay, Crown Zenith, look at this on the chart, 77% price rise over the last 3 months. Over the last 1 month, it's accelerating, 40% price rise. People are FOMOing into Crown Zenith now. Very unlikely that they're going to print more of it. They just can't kill this set. It's just going from strength to strength to strength. I actually don't own any Crown Zenith at the moment. I'm tempted to buy an Elite Trainer box, but I'm kind of trying to stop buying Elite Trainer boxes and buy more booster boxes and buy more slabs. I'm going a bit slab mad at the moment, actually. I showed one slab the other day, but look, I'm buying. These are all bought over the last week. Celebi Alt Art, Charizard SIR from Obsidian Flames, Obsidian Flames Hyper Rare. Like, I'm going a bit mad just because I think that stuff is so undervalued at the moment. I'm still buying a lot of sealed too. By the way, on a side note, if you're interested in what I'm buying, add me on Instagram at PokePond1, just PokePond with a 1 on the end. I don't really put up what sealed I'm buying, but I always take a photo of like what singles and slabs are coming in through the post for me, and I'm going to start posting a lot more on there as I'm buying more slabs and singles now. So if you're interested in what I'm buying and maybe you want a copy or just you're interested in it, then make sure you follow me on Instagram at PokePond1, and who knows, shoot me a message, come say hi, maybe I'll message back, maybe I won't. But yeah, Crown Zenith is starting to move. The PSA 10s are all starting to move for all the chase cards of Crown Zenith at the moment. I'm not going to talk about it too much because really I want to do a deep dive on Crown Zenith over the next week or two. I'm going to do a bonus video in the week where I go into a lot more detail on Crown Zenith because I didn't have time to talk about it in my last video where I talked about singles and stuff, the video I put up a couple of days ago. So Crown Zenith is definitely a focus of mine. We're going to start tracking it more on the channel as it continues to rise. You can see it's having a very healthy run up in price. I don't think there'll be any more of it. I think it's a really good play to get into it now, and yeah, I'm going to do a bigger deep dive on it hopefully in the next couple of days. If not, I'll do it the following week, but I've got a lot more to say about it. I really want to dive into what's going on with the singles and the slabs with it as well. Let's just quickly finish off with some of the other fire sets. Brilliant Stars, again, had a really nice run up in price over the last 3 months, 56% price rise. A little bit of a cool off, but really not that much because, again, these like slightly undervalued sets, they just, as soon as they cool off a bit, people buy them out. There's still the demand because they're just that little bit cheaper. So they're not pricing people out of the market. Last week, 290. Last sales, 280, 280, 265, 274, 284. Basically exactly the same. It's just sat flatlined this week. Really positive. It's not a bad thing to see after it's had such a big run up in price. I expect, just like all the other Sword and Shield sealed, that it's going to have a bit of a pump once people come back. It may take another 3-4 weeks to do that though, so pick yourself up some bargains. I guarantee you can snipe some bargains over these next couple of weeks on eBay, and that's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Let's have a look then at Silver Tempest. Silver Tempest, again, bit of a cool off in price. It's just on sale. That's all it is. Like, people need to think of it like this, okay? You go into a shop, if something's on sale, you buy more of it. But that's not how it works with investments. Like, with investments, people go crazy, and as soon as something's on sale, they're like, oh no, dump it. It's like, no, just accumulate more. That's the time to buy more of it. Trust me. That's the way you got to look at it. Last sales, 236, 230, 236. And it peaked at around 244 over the last couple of weeks. So that's a, what, $12 is like, what, a 5% swing. Really nothing to worry about, guys. I think that there's a lot of deals in the market right now. There's also a lot of deals on slabs and singles. I'm going to talk about those a lot more in my videos in the week. I'm going to put those out when I can. I work full time as well, so it's really tricky for me to do these multiple uploads, but I will put out as much content as possible for you. I'm really starting to take things a lot more serious and pump out a lot more content for you guys. We're going to have more than one video a week. That's the aim. Try and get at least 2 up, maybe even 3 up a week. Make sure you subscribe down below to never miss an opportunity. Put a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll make more of this content. Alright guys, have a wonderful day and peace.